In this video we're gonna have a look at everything you need to know about the Puerto Calero in Lanzarote. If you haven't booked yet, then this is also a great video to see if Puerto Calero is actually the right holiday destination for you or not. Also in this video, tips that can save you loads of money, a few things to watch out for, as well as some great tips that will make your holiday even better. Puerto Calero is all about the marina and has just a few hotels and a large restaurant and shopping area. There aren't really any great beaches here, so keep that in mind unless you have a rental car and also want to explore the rest of Lanzarote, or if you are okay with just staying in your all-inclusive hotel all the time, I would not advise this holiday destination. But if that is what you're looking for, then the Costa Calero is your best choice. So one thing I can definitely advise you when staying in the Puerto Calero is to go to the Rancho Texas Park. It's not so far away, it's only like 5 or 10 kilometers from the Puerto Calero, and there's loads of things to do and see in this park. One of the things is to go and see the eagle show. There's also a parrot show, a dolphin show, and much more. There's also a zoo where you can go and explore in between the shows, and there's also a water park as well where you can take a little bit of a swim and slide and things like this. So all around a great park for the entire family that I can definitely advise you go and visit when you're staying in the Puerto Calero. So one of the things, if you go and explore a little bit of the island or want to go a bit on an excursion, one of the beaches that people will always say you have to go and visit is the Papagayo Beach. Normally I'm always a little bit skeptical, because if there's one beach everyone talks about, normally it's overrun by tourists and you don't want to go here. But actually this is quite okay, you can really go here, except for maybe July and August it can get very busy. One quick tip is also, if you go on a little bit more windy day, a lot of people are more hesitant to take the drive over there to go and see the beach. But actually when you're on the actual beach, it's in a little bit of a valley, so normally you don't have too much wind there, so the wind actually doesn't matter. It just keeps more people away, so you have more of the beach to enjoy in a more peaceful setting without so many tourists there. If you go there, make sure you take €3 with you as well, because this is for the toll and the parking, which you will need to pay there to use the road as well, and there is no way that they accept a card, so you definitely make sure you have some coins and cash with you. As I mentioned before, if you're staying in the Puerto Calero, one of the things I definitely want to advise you is to rent a car. Puerto Calero, there's not so much things to see or do in the actual resort. There's not even any great beaches there, so if you take a car, it's definitely a great way to see much of the island, to go and see the north, or maybe go and see of the beaches, or go and see some of the tourist attractions. If you're renting a car, I would definitely advise you to do it at the airport. Normally it's cheaper there if you book it before in advance. Even you can get here the car. It's one of the cheapest places in Spain to rent a car, about €10 for a day if you book it for the entire week, and this includes the fully comprehensive insurance if you do it with the right company. So if you have an accident or like a little scratch or something, it's totally covered and included. You can find all the companies I used and can advise on my website checktheholidays.com/cars. So I do quickly want to give you some warnings about Lanzarote as well. It's not like saying don't go to Lanzarote or that it's a bad place. I just want to give you this information so you know, and you can make better decisions and have a better holiday. So one of these things is that Lanzarote is all about aloe vera. There's loads of aloe vera museums and aloe vera farms, and all of these have free entrances, and you will also quite see when you go on an organized excursion, quite often these are basically kind of in there as well, that you will go and visit one of these. Know that all of these places are most about the sales, not so much about the information. So there will be a shop there where they try and like offer you loads of things afterwards as well. What I would say is like, learn, see, enjoy, but don't necessarily feel pressured to buy anything there. All of these places have also dedicated online web pages and where you can buy it, and most of them offer free shipping as well, so you don't have to buy it there. You can also buy it afterwards when you come home, and this is a much easier way because you don't have to take it on your plane and maybe pay like for extra luggage or things like this. You don't have to carry it all day with you. So I would say go and have a look, learn, enjoy, see what's happening, but don't necessarily feel that you have to buy it there, but you can just buy it afterwards on their webpage when you come home. Another thing is that Lanzarote can have quite a lot of wind sometimes of year, especially in the evening this one can pick up. So if you're traveling to Lanzarote, make sure at least you're prepared for a little bit of a colder days, especially in the evenings. So make sure you have like a little jumper or a blanket or something with you that you can just quickly throw around when the wind pick up by surprise. The next thing is also with regards to the wind, sometimes it can feel a little bit nippy, that is not so hot that day, but the sun is still out there. I travel a lot, I spend a lot of time in the sun filming and seeing loads of places. Normally I don't burn, but on Lanzarote from day one I was burned because I got caught off guard by the weather. Basically I thought it was not so hot, but because it is this windy climate you don't really feel how hot the sun is, and I got burned from day one. So make sure that you put on sunscreen even though it doesn't feel so hot. So in this next part, I quickly just want to give you a cheeky tip, basically saying if you haven't subscribed to the channel and want to find all my videos even more easy, just simply subscribe to the channel. I have hundreds of videos covering many destinations in Spain and as well 30 something about Lanzarote. So if you want to find all those videos even more easy, then click the subscribe button. So what is the best way for you to get to the Puerto Calero from the Lanzarote airport? Well, there's several options. One way would be to take the public transportation. Public transportation in this case will be about 1.8 euros, so around 2 euros to get you there, and it will take you there in about 40 minutes. Another way would be to take a shuttle bus. A shuttle bus is costing normally a little bit more. I don't know the exact prices, but it can be a much better option because it will take you there, not drop you off at the bus stop, but at your actual hotel. It will also wait for you late in the night if your plane would be delayed, which the public bus doesn't, and it will also make sure that you always have a seat on the bus. So for these reasons, maybe a shuttle if you're traveling 1 or 2 people might even be a better option. If you're traveling 3 or 4 people, then I think definitely the best option is just to take a taxi. It will get you there much faster. You don't have to pass the other resort of Puerto Calero first, which the bus and the shuttle will do normally. A taxi is about 21 euros. It will take you there in about 15 minutes, while the bus will normally take about 40 minutes to an hour. So keep this in mind. If you're going to take a taxi, I would advise you to book it before online, because if you book it before online, you have a locked-in price. You can find all the companies that I used for shuttles and taxis on my website at checkedholidays.com. Also, if you book it before online, you're guaranteed that you have child seats, that there will be a taxi for you there, that you don't have long waiting lines and things like this. So definitely book before online. So when is the right time for you to come to the Puerto Calero in Lanzarote? Well, know that October, November, December, January and February are normally the coldest months, but they are still very much warmer than most of European countries around this time. This is also why a lot of people from Scandinavian countries and the colder countries of Europe like to come to Lanzarote around this time. Average temperature is going to be around 22 degrees on the high side and low side of 15 degrees. Rain is 2 to 3 days a month and the sea temperature is around 19 degrees. May, June, July and August and September are normally the hottest months, but July and August normally the more expensive ones. So if you're looking for a decent deal but still want the hottest months, then have a look normally at June and September. These might be your best choices. Average temperature is going to be a high of 28 degrees, but plenty of days also is going to be much hotter than this. Low is 20 degrees and the rain, you're normally not going to see any rain during these days. Sea temperature is 21 degrees, so ideal temperature to go swimming. So if you're looking for hot months on Lanzarote, that you're definitely gonna have great weather, hot summer weather. May, June, July, August and September are your best choices. If you want to have a good budget deal but still great weather, something in between the summer and the winter here on Lanzarote, then March and April are great choices. Average temperature is high of 23 degrees, low of 16 degrees, and the rain is normally about 1 day a month. Know that the sea temperature is quite chilly, but especially children normally they won't have any problems with it. For most people it's also fine to swim at 18 degrees. But if you want to have even better weather but also a great budget month, then have a look at November, because normally this is a bit better sea temperature and a bit higher temperatures, but it's the same kind of budget deals for your hotel and your holiday. If you want to find out which one is the best hotels for you in this area, click right here. This will take you to the website, and there you can see all the hotels I visited and the ones I would advise. And also you can click right here if you're not 100% sure if this is the right holiday destination for you in Lanzarote, and there you can find out which one is the right one for you in Lanzarote.